Hello,
Hello.
everybody. Welcome to Horizon Senior Pastors Update. Dave, Judith, but we are renaming it this week because this is actually Monday evening.
Yep.
And we've just got back from Horizon Family Church meeting, so we are calling this Senior Pastors Match of the Day. Highlights
of the match
tonight. So we're going to share a few things.
Yeah, just very briefly, a little bit of a bit of a an overall picture, broad brush stroke from our meeting tonight. So, thank you first of all to those of you who came, and those of you that tuned in on Zoom. And if you didn't, well, this is designed to sort of help you a little bit, catch up with
Give
where
you
we
a
are.
quick summary.
Yeah, a flavour of what's gone on. So, various people shared from various departments about details and things.
The summary of which is
Well,
finance.
Just on the finance thing, firstly, huge appreciation to everyone who's continued to faithfully give over this weird time, this tough time of the pandemic. Our finances are currently in a good place because we haven't had so much expenditure, but as the future opens up, we are going to, be spending more. And so we were encouraged, but also challenged that the future is opening up to us, and we need to invest in that future. So that's really great. And there was a bit of a people update as well.
Yeah, well, first off, we just Wes summarised the fact that we're still in the handover period. We this month, June, is the last month we're going to be paid by Horizon, and but we're still the senior pastors, and we're going to do it for nothing in the handover period
For the time
being, until things have fully. COVID's just messed up the handover with over to Wes leading the church, so we've extended the handover. But Wes reiterated the call of God on his life. He knows that's the right thing. He's had a tough year with COVID. He got COVID himself. And, he's very honest about where he was and the need for the handover period to be extended, which we are happy about. And we're working towards that. That is the ultimate goal. No definite diary date. It'll just be when we realise that it's the right time. So that was good.
But even with us retiring, we still will be around. We'll still be serving.
Can't get rid of us.
No, it's fine. But there you go. We honoured Richard and Derek for their service as treasurer and bookkeeper, respectively, and we just gave thanks to them. The work they've been doing as treasurer and bookkeeper is being kind of taken over by an accountant, a fellow called Matt, whom Wes knows, so he'll be doing that, and also Rachel Welsh will be doing, as part of her admin role,
some of the bookkeeping
on something called Xero, I believe it is, with an X, Xero. And the really good news
for you
is Sam Yenaserim is now the chair of trustees. It's taken over from myself. And the really, really good news.
Really, really, really good news
is that we have actually now appointed a community pastor.
Whee!
We were looking to do that. A young man called Jamie Fletcher, and he came to the meeting yesterday. We kept a bit stum about who he was, just sort of let him float in, be there.
On a cloud, was he?
On a cloud. He was on a cloud.
Very spiritual.
I think he drove there actually, but
right.
Anyway, he came along, and we it was like a second stage of interview, and we put him through the grinder, through
after
the
church,
mill,
after the service,
and he did really, really well. And we felt really strongly that he's going to do a great job working with the community, working with Wes, working with the church, and it's going to be great. So the future's great.
And he comes from a background of working on estates and
loves it.
Yeah, he doesn't really want to do any other work, so he's got a heart for estates, so that's really good, because we're in the middle of one.
So I look forward to meeting him. I hope you are.
Yeah.
So he's a good guy. So and all of that reflects the fact
and he's a young man, isn't he?
It's looking to the younger generation,
The
which is
young
why
people.
we're not retiring to sort of run away. We're retiring to
Yeah.
hand on to a younger generation.
Intentionally hand on.
And, a lot of the people who shared tonight were of that younger generation. So that's great.
Yes.
As far as ministry is concerned, Wes spoke on behalf of the worship team, how going to integrate that more with the tech side of things, because it's all one thing. And we're looking to have, they're going to be having more worship nights and rehearsals and worship nights for the
When
church
we can
when we can. This is very brief, folks. Anne Brown-Nutt, the community worker, sexual community worker, shared with us
Children's and families.
children's
Okay.
and families. Yes, it's been a long day. This
It
is
has,
Monday
isn't
night.
it? Yeah.
Okay,
Way past his bedtime.
that's the way it is. Yeah, it's crumbs. It's 5 to 10. That is past my bedtime.
That's why we're retiring.
Yeah, well,
Can't do
anyway,
nights.
I do get up early though. But
Yes.
Anne shared about the great work that's going on in Twiglets, how real progress in that, and a real appreciation from the mums. There's new people coming along, and plans to develop that as restrictions change, because you have to do limited numbers. But that's looking great. The circle. We're going to have from the end of this month, end of June, some meetings for the seniors. It's going to be kept simple though.
Coffee morning
Coffee
and afternoon,
morning
I
and
think, to
afternoon,
start
yeah.
off.
Coffee, tea and
slowly.
cake.
Yeah.
And biscuits.
I shared how we were trying to get some youth socials together. Obviously, that was just thrown off a little bit of a kilter with a family bereavement we had, so we had to cancel the first one. But we'll be getting a youth social together, and also Jill Clucky's organising Creation Fest for young people, which is going online. So one Sunday in August, that will be the focus for them. And Emily is looking to see how Horizon Fun can restart in some shape or form, and also has a heart for doing something with the girls that came to Impact, the children that came to Impact, to build up their self-esteem.
Yeah.
She's trying to work that in with her work, because the hours are changing and stuff, but she will get onto that. So
Yeah.
we haven't forgotten you, youth and children. We are working to make that happen in some form or other, so bear with us, be patient.
Yeah.
And then Wes shared about the prayer focus. Him and Viva are heading up that team, and obviously it was just launching when COVID came, so we are going to be realigning with that, and some of the prayer walks and get the prayer team involved on Sunday mornings. Jill shared about life groups, and the week beginning the 28th, unless restrictions are not lifted, we will be multiplying from 4 life groups to 8. Intention being they will be smaller in number, so they can be more personal, doing life together. If you're not in a life group, then you need to be in contact with Jill, because you will miss out big time if you don't get involved in that. And I suppose that the final thing was that Wes mentioned that we have forced to invest in equipment for streaming our services online, and we are going to continue to stream our services going forward, which does require us to make some adjustments, really. We're having to look at protocols of people on camera and stuff like that, and safeguarding and things like that. But also, it's new, and the tech team have done a really good job, and they are getting top side of all the issues. Shout out to Sharon. She did the whole tech on Sunday by herself. She is fully trained, and she's going for it. We want to expand the tech team.
Scratch.
But we, and at the beginning, some people kind of mess it on the message, kind of saying, "Oh, can't hear this," or you're upside down, or whatever it was. I remember I did it in the garden once, in the early days on Facebook, and we were upside down, but hey, sideways up or something. But there's no need to put comments about the technical side of things in the chat for future, because we've now got headphones and somebody always on the live stream
aware.
Who can feed into the desk, and we can sort that out. So we want to reserve the chat on YouTube and Facebook solely focused on God and encouragement and praise and prayer if you've got any. We're also going to be setting up an dedicated email about prayer, so you can send your prayer requests through, because it's quite difficult for a meeting leader to pick it all up from 3 different sources. But the main thing is that, when we are having people who we don't know watching us live, and if they see comment after comment about the text not doing this and that's not doing that, we don't really want them to have that experience. We want them to see the chat of people saying, great point, or praise God that I had an answer to prayer this week, or God's been really good to me, or I'm counting my blessings. So it is a culture, and we're having to look and address that and say, okay, what do we want? Because it's there permanently. Those chats are there permanently. So we want that to be filled with positive stuff, focused stuff. And also, if you send a prayer request in via the chat, you need to be very careful what information you put. If you're sharing about somebody's illness,
Make sure you get their permission.
Make sure you got their permission. They don't, they might not want their innermost medical difficulties and challenges broadcast and kept forever on YouTube and Facebook. So really, it's just a case of we have to be careful what's in the chat. We need to be positive what's in the chat. The tech team will be aware of any issues and will be working on them, so they don't need to be reminded in the chat. And also, we'll want to expand the tech team. So
Sorry, it's my my ailment being shared online.
well,
I'm all right. I just swallowed this. Carry on. Carry on.
We want to expand the tech team. So when comments are flooding at you that this is not too loud, or this guitar is too whatever, that does put extra pressure.
I know it's only been helpful, but
we're trying to be helpful, but
we're over that now, so we got it sussed.
Yeah, so we want to make it easier for people to join the team, and Sharon has proved that it is possible. She's nailed it.
She's a little genius,
mate. A few weeks, mate. She is amazing. So we'll shout out to her. So we just need to make sure the culture of Horizon, encouraging and whatever, and us as meeting leaders, sometimes we have to think on our feet and we say things that are kind of like, we have to be very careful now about, because it's recorded and other people are watching,
and the whole world.
So it's just a case of making sure that the culture of is good and positive and points to Jesus, basically.
And in finishing, I just felt I should read, I won't read it all here now, but Matthew chapter 5 verses 13 to 16, where Jesus told his disciples that they were the salt of the earth and they're to remain salty and effective. And he says, you are the light of the world. And, Jesus came into a world of spiritual darkness, and we live in a generation where there is so much stuff around, there's so much darkness around. And in these difficult days, it's not the time to withdraw. It's the time now to shine brighter, be more committed, be more faithful, be more effective than we've ever been before, shining the light of Jesus. We're a bit like the moon. We're a reflected glory.
Good point.
Well, yeah, the sun it shines, but the moon reflects what the sun shines on it.
Great.
And we are his reflection to this world, to bring light and life, to bring Jesus to the world. So let's not kind of just fall in with the kind of defeatist kind of feelings that there are, understandably, but let's look above that and let's shine brighter than we've ever done before. Let's not allow complacency to make us ineffective, but let's be powerful for Jesus.
Yeah, and also, some people have got into the habit of doing church in their pyjamas. And that's going to be quite difficult to break when we're all back together again, because you have to get up and get dressed and leave the house and get to church.
Don't turn up in your pyjamas.
No. And as we get community groups started, then we'll obviously be needing people to be stepping up in service as well. So it'll be good to start to talk to God about where He wants your light to shine, where He wants you to engage, and it'd be great for you to meet Jamie, our new community pastor.
Yeah.
We'll let you know when
Pray for him.
when he's coming. Probably going to be starting in about August, but we're getting all of the contracts and things, all the legal bits sorted out. But yes, exciting future for Horizon.
So please pray for Wes, pray for the leadership team, pray for the trustees, pray for the ministries, pray for the community, and pray for the kingdom of God to come on earth as it is in heaven.
Yeah.
So that's the highlights.
So how many nil was it?
At least 5 now.
5-0 to Horizon, to God, to the kingdom. Hope you enjoyed the highlights.
Bless you.
Church on Sunday, tickets booked via the email that comes out. Also streaming on YouTube and Facebook.
Fill the place.
See you then.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.